Hi, I'm Eli Roth. Welcome to Hemlock Grove.
Standing there without, standing there looking toward.
The entire story of Hemlock Grove is set off by this murder of this young girl. And it's that very murder that causes suspicion of our main character, Peter.
Ready and action! What did it feel like?
What did what feel like?
Killing that girl.
It's a story about two kids who are loners, who are struggling to find friendship and love and all those things that when you're 17 you want.
It's a love affair, it's a man affair. It's also two people sharing a feeling and emotion. Something important is gonna happen.
They're coming for you, Barbara. Is there like a summer school for serial killers?
Ever since my first film, Cabin Fever, I've had networks contacting me saying, will you create a horror series for us? I'm a student of the genre, so I'm only going to do it if I have an original spin or twist on it. I read Hemlock Grove, and I thought it was one of the most original, interesting, best books that I had read. It takes all the classic monster archetypes. Your vampire character, the werewolf character, the Frankenstein character, and it reinvents them by actually going back to the root mythology.
I think it's a new side to these monsters that we've never seen before. A really gentle, vulnerable side with human, animalistic desires and needs.
Peter? I have no interest in this Pollyanna take on narrative that we're not these animals who want to have sex and kill each other.
It's sort of a big, nasty cocktail party for everyone who feels like they've been ostracized. It's a literal monster mash.
I wanted to take the main archetypal monsters of film and put them in my high school.
Anything more enlightening to report from our first day at school?
There's this new kid. He's a gypsy. This girl's been spreading rumors about him. I think he's related to that guy in the trailer by the river.
Never, seen a show that has such defined, unique, deep characters. The great thing about Brian's script is that it draws from all this Gothic folklore, but he creates his own amazing world with it.
It's so dark, it's so awkward, and it's so mysterious.
What happened?
While I'm reading it, I'm just like, I need to know more about this town and I need to know more about these characters because they're so strange.
The town is a somewhat refracted version of Pittsburgh. You had this very strong industrial force that towards the late 20th century just couldn't compete.
I love the idea that there is this former America that burned out, turned us into one giant polluted cloud, and from the ashes of the steel industry has risen biotech. And there's something very interesting and fascinating and scary about the future and genetic mutations.
Sheriff. Norman?
Doctor, sorry to bother you. We know you're busy.
Look and tone of the show is dark and moody, slightly surreal, a little bit stylized.
Did you actually dress up as a grave robber?
No, I dressed up like you.
But we wanted to have this lonely, isolated feel. It's certainly set in our world, but it's going to have a slight otherworldly quality to it.
I would say it's a little bit of Twin Peaks, a little bit of Dark Shadows. Shows that have a bit of macabre to them.
Is this how you see yourself?
I just wish I could teach you how to see yourself.
But deep down, we're doing a family show about these two families colliding in this strange town.
Hello, neighbor.
It has thriller elements to it, but I guess, if anything, it's just a beautiful, classic Gothic story. Both in its kind of content and the way that it's being distributed online, it's kind of revolutionary.
I think that Netflix is really the perfect place for us to launch this because it is a little bit more mysterious. It is not as explained. It's not exactly fitting to the one particular genre.
The book certainly doesn't shy away from some of the more sensational elements.
This is launching a new format of how people are ingesting entertainment. And television is what's most exciting. Instead of broadcasting them week after week, Netflix is going, here they are. Here's all the shows, watch them however you want. And we're treating it like a movie. From the acting, the performance, the production design, to the photography, to the way we're lighting it. We're shooting it like a feature film.
I'm ready for you! I'm ready for you! Here I am!
That's what's so great about Eli, is that he loves movies so much, and that just makes you feel so comfortable on his ship.
It's really a combination of really great people, putting them around you. All this is to come together perfectly in sync. And basically, my job is to be the orchestra leader and make sure that everybody plays their notes and it all comes together as a symphony.
Are you sure we're safe here?
As safe as we're gonna be.
What I love about the show is it's unexpected. You don't know what's coming next. I think you may think you know, but you don't really know.
Everybody's fascinated by their own death, and we've all wondered what we're going to look like when we die. And I think that fairy tales help children deal with the idea of death. Fairy tales are very, very violent. There are kids being baked in ovens, they're being eaten by monsters, and there's a reason that those fairy tales have lasted for 200 years. I think that stories like this are fairy tales for adults.